Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21 Career Mode, episode 75. So, after a little bit of a disastrous stage 74, in part due to just the sheer pain that I was in, and just I made a meal of it. It was mostly on me. Had a little bit of bad luck to go with it. It wasn't 100% my own shenanigans that caused that, but it largely came down to it. Well, anyway, we continue on with the tour now from fourth place. Today is not the day that there's going to be time losses, but today is a day where you could screw it up. You know, a few riders could absolutely lose some time on a day like this, but you're not going to gain over an entirety. But with a good race day condition, you never know. Something could happen. And also, now that we are not the team in charge, we're not the team leading, suddenly every team is interested in leading the Peloton and interested in trying to win the stage and not having 100 riders in the breakaway, but having just 6. And, amazingly enough, they were more than willing to have me put somebody in the breakaway today. And so it was Karaman who I put into the break because I figured, hey, they keep leaving gobs of time out there and you could gain time, and Karaman could gain time and move up the order. He's 21st. If we can suddenly get him into 15th or 10th, then we have a 1-2 punch. We have something for the later stages that could be dangerous. And then this happened, 10 teams, 6 teams, 8 teams, whatever it is, that are interested in offering chase and keeping the breakaway close. Reese withdraws, and Pogacar had just had a fall. Pretty sure he's still here. I don't think he withdrew as well, but I did just see that down there. Anyway, for that matter, I don't want to push Karaman too hard. I don't want him to needlessly lose time when they only have a 2.5 minute gap. He is on auto at the moment, but I think I'll take over and let him be dropped in the not too distant future, because at 2.5 minutes they're not going to do anything. In fact, he just dropped himself. Let's just take over. Sit up. Let him go. Let him go. Come on back. Don't need that. Don't need that waste of energy. Save yourself for another day. This break is not going anywhere. And how much you want to bet the moment we come back, they decide that those 5 riders can go win the stage, right? No, I will not be cynical. I will not stoop to that low. 80 kilometers to go. Let's go ahead and get water for Karaman as he's heading back slowly. Back off a little more, why don't you? And let's go ahead and get water one final time. 73k to go. That's close enough, especially with not much undulation the rest of the way. This, to me, should be a sprinter stage. I don't see why this is classified as punchy, but there's only 2 classified punchy stages, so it is what it is on that matter. Okay, Karaman back in the group. The water is still not done. Kovalevsky still coming back, and we do want to switch our support off Martin Guerrero to Karaman. Narbutas does not have to suddenly provide support. I think we're good with lower numbers. We want to support Karaman, see if he can't get to the end, because he is fairly well spent, but he'll get a little recovery here. 55k to go. Here we go. Minute and a half now to 5 riders in the break. 3 climbs back to back to back. For now, we will stay on the easy side of things. But coming up for the 2 climbs to come, we are going to have to speed up. Front group has split. Okay, let's start at a 79. At Cat 2, we're going to have to push a lot harder. I expect that to be the race for this stage. In fact, we could try to take matters into our own hands and attack on that. By attack, I don't mean literally, but take my strongest few guys and push. Apparently we needed everybody at about an 82, 83 already by this point.
Now the guys up front are asking serious questions of the riders in the rear as more of them are left in the wake. Some team
Breakaway's already been caught.
The fact that there is
All
a breakaway, given that the pack
bar
has increased
one.
its speed.
Kovalevsky already dropped. 158 riders still, and he's already been dropped. Ouch. Narbutas really fell back a long ways. Karaman has recovered his position a bit. Berlikov all alone at the front. That's not what I want to see. Pace looks like it's lifted big time at the moment, but there's a lot of fatigue in the legs and another fast, hard climb coming. That's the one we need to watch out for, where splits could happen and some will hold their way towards the finish. Alright, we're going to go full gas for a little bit with Ryabovas, Luko, and just pull this along as fast as possible, setting ourselves up for this climb. There is no sitting back on this one. This is a full gas, see what we can do type situation, at least for these first couple of guys. Very, very quickly go through what they have, what they can do, and you can see Ryabovas not quite fast enough. Luko is done, so straight into Martin Guerrero. He will use up his red bar almost immediately, but Martin Guerrero is going to continue on at least for a few seconds, maybe. All I have is Isakov. No, it's 1.9k. Martin Guerrero straight to the right. Isakov. We don't want to be on the right-hand side. That's where slow guys are anyway. Isakov. Oh, I thought I set you to a higher rate than that, but okay, there you go. 1.5k, and that's going to be the top. Isakov's going to get max points on this. Not that it matters. 122 riders left. That's why I figured this thing is destined to be a day where you could potentially lose time, but really not much of a chance of that. Okay, Narbutas has been dropped. Karaman, oof, out of energy. The break, too much. He didn't recover because the pace went up, even though he did nothing. These guys on their own. Thank you. Alright, so we have Martin Guerrero, we have Berlikov, we have Isakov. Let's go ahead and get you into the mix, please. And we do not want to go 99 from here, but I'd like to keep this at the 44, though. I don't know how much of a difference this is going to make. We still have a little bit of uphill stuff, including towards the finish.
And off he goes. He's
Venipal, Vendram, going. It's your classics type guys. $12K. Don't want to push too hard. Let them have a few seconds. That's okay, because others are chasing that part down. Isakov nearly done. On to Martin Guerrero. But same thing. 10K to go. Keep it on here. And because we're seeing attacks, you can't just sit. This is measured attacks, keeping Martin Guerrero in the mix as long as possible here. Okay, now he just has to follow Alaphilippe, no problem. Oh, come on, game! Follow. Follow. Do you know how to follow? We were in the perfect position to go with the guy who is probably going to win this stage, meaning we could probably take second place. He has been caught, though. Has been caught, and definitely energy has been spent by a lot of these guys. Ramon.
The finish line is getting close.
Really?
The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
I right-clicked like 6 times and we didn't follow Romano. Game is being a real pain in my derriere at the moment. Okay, time to start moving forward, Berlikov. 3K to go. This is not a sprint at this point. This is your full gas-ish type moment, setting it up for the final climb. And we're going to follow Yates.
Adam Yates is off.
1.5K. We're in a great position, but that red bar is draining very, very fast as we approach the finish line. Sprint it out, 700 meters, red bar is gone. Take that inside line. We're right behind Bernal. Small group, 23 riders in the end, amazingly, because there was a pretty simple profile, and there was plenty of riders over the top of that Cat 2, but they were low on energy, and the pace just stayed really hot. Cosnefroid, Pidcock, Van Aert, take a 1, 2, 3. Roglic, Bernal, finish ahead of me. I still only get 8th on this stage, so as much as that looked really good all the way, my two close competitors were not only right there, but finished ahead of me. Whatever. Teammate support was a little lacking, and a lot of that was trying to put Karaman into the break, and that backfiring. He wasn't there to support in the final K, and ended up losing a lot of time, actually, so that was bad for him. And race leader Bookman was at the back of the chase group, 30 seconds behind, so he lost a little bit of time. That gap's already beginning to close. He's now inside 3 minutes of his lead on Bernal. Roglic at 4:05. We've brought that from over 5 down to 4:49 now, but the other competitors all were there, right? The rest of the top 10 was all there, so nobody else losing time, just Bookman. And like I said, that gets it out of our hands. That was good, but the time lost to those guys, that's what hurt on that last stage. And we're on to stage 13. This is the final punchy stage of this race. Yes, back-to-back stages that are considered punchy, and neither one were really punchy per se. That last one closer to a sprint, but looking at the final groupings, yeah, it was actually just about more like a puncher's stage, so I get it. It panned out that way. This one though, classified punchy, a lot of climbing for a punchy stage. Not a lot of climbing for a Tour de France mountain stage, but it's definitely on the zone of in between. Already a lot of fatigue as the breakaway is still kind of just establishing itself. So we have a number of riders starting to break off the back end, just keeping contact, going really deep. That rider that's 4 minutes off the back, tour over for them, I would imagine. 5, 6, 7 more riders drop it off the back. They could be likewise in a whole lot of trouble with 140k to go in this one. Now, we just did a Cat 1. Now we have back-to-back Cat 2s before things do ease off for a while. We do need to get some water, though. When and where I want to do that? Well, it's 135k to go, and we're not that far into this thing, so I don't see why we're already empty bottles, but we are. We're hanging in there today, but Narbutas, Kovalovsky, already struggling. I don't think they're going to make it through the top of this one, and we will have a gruppetto forming, I think, here quite soon. But those initial guys that were dropped, they're the ones that are really, really in trouble. Okay, approaching the top 2.5k to go. Luco is good enough to get water. Let's get it before those other guys fall back anyway, and it's going to make his task a lot harder. And everybody survived in our team over the top. That's good. They'll recover a little bit approaching the next one, and that'll help us out. If they can make it through the next one, that'll be fantastic, because they'll have time to recover. 162 in the Peloton. Front riders all split up. There's 5 at the front. Ciccone, Connor, Hurt, Toynes, the ones to watch out for there. 4 out of 5, pretty strong. The other riders that were with them, bar 1, have all been dropped and coming back towards the Peloton. 106k to go. The worst of the climbing of the day is going to be behind us, and we'll still have a large Peloton, 150 riders, and I did not lose anyone. How much recovery do we get, though? Not a great descent here, and then how hard do we push soon after will really determine how quickly things deteriorate towards the end. Is it going to come down in the final 2 climbs, or will the group remain at a high rate of speed? And they pretty much are. You can see Kovalevsky, Narbutas recovering some, but not a lot. The chase group's definitely not catching us. Exactly 150 riders left. 4 at the front. I bet you I know who. Yep. It's pretty obvious which 4 that would be. Sprint point upcoming, so we're going to see a push for the sprint contenders. Seemingly 1.5K. No? Oh yeah, okay, one rider. That was not heavily contested like you would think it would be. Should have done this a few K ago. 5K sooner. He's going to struggle now because we're going to hit this climb. Try to keep in the middle. And don't push too hard. Get the water later. Oh boy, oh boy. I don't want to push too hard here, but they are dropping back fast. This is high tempo. Very high tempo. Plenty of time to recover at this point, but if you get dropped, that's a different story. Goodbye, goodbye. See you later, alligator. Okay, Narbutas. No energy. Not going to finish his water task. He got water to almost everybody that matters, but not quite. Now we see the fate of riders. Isakov needs to go get water because Karaman is one of our key guys and he does not have it. I hate that we're having to go this far back. Oh my goodness, Isakov just went a mile behind him to get water. Ouch. Ouch, that hurts. That's going to waste a lot of energy for him, and it already has. Look at his heart rate, 195. Really? On flat, he went 195. Full gas sprint. What an idiot. Alright, we're down to 3, and the pace is definitely lifting. Berlikov, as we go over the top here, just start to exert a little more energy so we don't drift back too far. But we've got 80, 73 now. Martin Guerrero with just 73. He's not that far from the back end of this group. Come on, hand up, hand up. And now he's way off the back, and so is Karaman. Great, nice. Okay, just what we needed. Berlikov all by his lonesome. Is he still trying to get water towards Berlikov? Karaman, can you follow your man? Catch this rider, please. Thank you. Thank you. Ah, this game has just been doing me dirty today. You gotta be kidding me. How about catch this rider, you know, like I just gave that command a second ago. Karaman, fresh, good to go. And the split happens just in front of him. And now Martin Guerrero's got nothing left. Berlikov all alone heading into the final climb. I've got to try to get Karaman up there. Ease off, ease off. And Karaman, what the heck am I supposed to do with you, son? Yeah. The game and my team just no love, no respect. Karaman. 5%. This is the kind of place where you can gain because you're a good climber. When it eases off to 3%, let others take over. There you go. Let others take over. Are they gonna? No, they're not interested. Okay. Great. That gap just blew up. Berlikov, all alone, 43K, and you can see he's struggling. +1 race day condition. Not bad, but he's only got 74 resistance. I have a feeling we're gonna lose some time today. All because Karaman slipped back into the middle of the peloton. And because Martin Guerrero can't get water, or Isakov can't get water, because Isakov decided to go full sprint on a flat terrain. That was dumb. A lot of guys struggling, though. A lot of guys struggling. But we are not going to do anything crazy here because we are struggling a lot, too. 33 riders here, and we are at wit's end. Let's gel up now.
We've got 15 kilometers to the finish line.
Ramen, group of 3 has left that group behind, but... Wait, no, he got left behind by that group. Really? Drifting.
Now the guys up front are asking serious questions of the riders in the rear as more of them are left in the wake.
Alaphilippe, that's good if he goes clear. He can have it. He's not a contender. Group as a whole, struggling. So we are not alone in this. That's good. We're down to 25 in the group. Bardet, that's okay. Go have yourself a stage, bud.
Bardet's off.
Out of energy. Out of energy. Climbing at an 85 pace, please. There's no recovery coming. Please do not get dropped on this part. $19. Alaphilippe going for the stage. Going clear. Hang on. Come on, Hagita. Don't get dropped here. Thank you. Recovering position and recovering tiny amounts of energy. But this is not looking good for the finish. 8.5K to go. Ooh, that's steep. That is steep, those last 4.5K. Recovering fast, though. That's good. But not recovering much. Didn't expect any recovery, so I'll take the little bit we're getting. Okay, now, I'm a good climber, but if I crack, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to have to really measure my pace here. Like, Skilmos, not interested. 3.7K. What sort of pace can I climb for 3.5K? Steep 3.5K. Can we hang on to the back end of this group? I can't lose the entire group. Oh, come on. Wow, they all have that kind of energy to continue on like that? Okay, back into the group. Cannot go 85. 1.6K. Carapaz, at least I'm leaving him behind. Hagita also struggling. A lot of riders having much better days than myself. Of course, remember the extreme difficulty and the bonus to stamina resistance that they all have that I don't have. And Berlikov himself has low resistance to begin with. So he's basically the opposite end of the spectrum. Bernal wins the stage, and Roglic, it's already over a minute. This hurts. This hurts. Didn't do anything wrong here. I mean, we didn't do anything crazy. The water thing was unlucky. The Karaman thing, if he's a couple bike lengths further up, he's just fine. If you put in more effort, you decrease your resistance really fast. So if I have a couple effort up on Karaman, he's there, but he's got very little energy left. We needed somebody. Berlikov alone for that final 40K was destined to go exactly how it did, and we stretched it as well as we could, but he's losing more time today, and that's unfortunate. Team just not there for him. We lost a lot of guys early. Told you this was not a punchy stage. It was not. It was a battle, and our guys just did not have the resistance to compete in this battle. This is the kind of stage that's really poor for us, and ouch, it showed. More time lost, possibly out of the top 5. Probably out of the top 5 now. Slipping down the order a little bit. It's not over yet, though. Got plenty of time to make up some ground. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.